Hi, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. We're back again previewing some reels that I've received and going to look at which ones of these are going to make it to the videos and which ones you'll be able to see how to take apart, service, and repair. And if you're interested in that type of activity, well, I would encourage you to subscribe to my channel. And if you do subscribe to my channel, please hit that notification button. That way you won't miss an episode of the ones that you really want to see. I cover all kinds of fishing reels, everything from closed face Zebco bait casters all the way up to big Penn Senator trolling reels, everything in between, the bass low profile reels, round bait casters, spinning reels, and so on. Well, today's episode is going to be on our West Coast friend, Scott. Full disclaimer, Scott does not work for Second Chance Tackle, but boy, it sure seems like he works for us in the sense that he always provides us with some great reels to do some videos on. Well, Scott goes searching flea markets in the Southern California area, and from time to time he will send me a box, and we always find some things that are interesting in that box. So let's join along as I open the box up and see what the current reels are that Scott found at the flea markets, and we'll talk about which ones we plan to do as videos. And again, if you subscribe and hit that notification button, you'll see when those how-to videos are posted, and maybe you'll learn a little bit about the service and repair of these reels. If you see one here that I don't intend to do a video on, well, if you'd like to see it and it's not in my library, I will certainly try to make room for it. And the best way to let me know about that, well, just leave it in the comments section, and I'll try to make it happy. While everybody smile, we've got an opportunity to see some reels that Scott has found here. Looks like he's brought 5 or 6 along for the party. So let's start with this one. This is an older one. This is the Penn 149. It's the Mariner series of the reels. This one's got some age on it. You've got an etched side plate. The etched side plate shows the trolling boat out there, a little tip of a boat here, full trolling boat here, and offshore in the distance you can see maybe almost a tropical island, I guess, with palm trees and that, and the raised lettering of the Penn Deep Sea Reel, Penn Fishing Tackle Company in Philadelphia. The 149 was not the most popular in the series. The two in the series that are more popular was the 49, which is the Mariner, and the 349, which was the Super Mariner. Inside, the bridges are a little bit bigger, but they shared many of the parts of the Penn Long Beach or the Penn Senator series. And two things on this one. This would be, I guess, almost the economy model. There was a 249 as well, but you don't find them around much at all. But the 149 has a single spool release and trip mechanism. This has the nice heavy-duty spool, single release. On the Mariner series 49 and 349s, you'll have a double lever. The second lever controls the ability to override the anti-reverse and to backpedal the reel so that you save the drags, and basically you're the drag by providing the touch or letting the line out on the reel. Overall, very nice reels. Why is it a narrow channel? Well, it's a narrow channel for two things: big reel, narrow channel, large line capacity on that spool, narrow so that you don't get frame twist. Think big sharks, think big tuna and the like, halibut maybe being dragged up from the depths. That's what this is all about. So when you had a side-to-side movement of the reel, if you had a wider, narrower frame, it would twist given the fight. So that's why you have double bars and a solid reel seat, narrow frame, large capacity on that reel. That was one of the first reels that Penn made, and it lasted probably about 30 years in its production run. Well, here's another one, and this one definitely goes back a long way. Okay, so this one is the Penn Long Beach, and it's Long Beach patented, so you don't even have a model number on this one, although the layup on this one looks to be the more modern day Long Beach 66 version. There was also a 67 version with a wider spool, and I believe there was even a 68 version with the widest of the spools. Very interesting. I'm thinking this is a molded handle. Kind of almost looks like the Art Deco kind of thing. It's a green, but it has shades of copper in there. And I think the earliest ones I may be wrong on this. The earliest ones were wood, followed by this, but I could be wrong. Again, it says Long Beach patented, but it doesn't give you a model number, which tells you that it's early. Just checking performance. Look at it. I'm constantly amazed. Here's a reel that's 80 years old and turning real nice and easy. Well, we're going to make this one get cleaned up for Scott, and this one's just a true treasure. Look at the size of a heavy steel on the handle and on the star adjuster. By today's standards, they're basically aluminum and a whole lot thinner. All right, what else did he get us here? Here's a Fluger Bond. This one a lot of times is mistaken as a Penn 109 fishing reel. These bonds are nice. I did one of these. Oop, we're hanging up over there. So we've got an issue here on this reel. It may be that we have a worn pawl. Nope, not a worn pawl. So the worm gear is not moving. If the worm gear is not moving, that indicates that it's not the pawl inside here, but rather it's a problem with the transition or idler gear. Well, we'll check that one out. I'm sure parts are not available. I hope that it's something that is less of an issue there so that we can go fix it. Well, here's the one that it's confused with. So here's your Penn 9. Is it the 9 or the 10? This is the Penn 9. And this is a more modern version. There was the 9 that had the red caps, and there was also a 109, which used a different mechanical design, but similar in form and format. These things are nice reels. I'm not sure. This one may be made in China. Nope, made in the USA. So this one was before they moved it over. If you look for the modern pens with the older styles, there's only a few of them still made, and I think the 9 is one of the ones that did survive. Well, it wouldn't be a box of pens without this one. This one is the Penn 200. It's oftentimes called the Squidder Junior. It shares a lot of parts with the Penn 155, and there's not too many parts on here that are interchangeable with the Squidder, because the Squidder will have two bearings, one on each side, that are different. That causes the spool to be different. It also has internally on the Squidder, it will have a little flipper switch here, which is the anti-override switch. So the 200 was used very similar to the way that the Squidder would be used, but it lacks the difference in the bearings. That the spool is different, and as a result, it's called the Junior. This Penn Squidder will outcast the Surfmaster. Well, another beautiful etched design on this one. You have the fellow and the waders in the water surf casting, and well, kind of says it all right there, right? There are folks that collect pen reels just because of the etched side plates. This one is a little cranky, no pun intended, but there's something definitely going on here that makes it hard to turn. So I'll check. I've done that reel before. I'll check. And then this one is the Shakespeare 2052. It's the model Double E. Let's go to the secret decoder there. I think this is still of the time when they were making these. 1966 is when this reel was made. The E decoder would tell me that the letter E in the model code is a 6. There's 2 E's, so it's 66. This is a later edition of the reel. It has a plastic spool rather than a metal spool. I'm told they are prone to fracturing, and if you fracture them, well, your reel's kind of needing a new spool, which are hard to find. I like these reels a lot. One of my favorites. This one is what I will call grease choked. It's hard to turn. I am sure when I take those 3 screws out, we're going to find that it's just got a pile of old grease that just has coagulated from misuse. Everything else seems to be working fine. Not sure what Scott paid for this one, but I'm pretty sure he's got a nice flea market find in that one, as well as all of the others. This one is very valued by collectors. They collect the pre-war pen reels, and I believe this one is pre-war and among the earliest. There's a hatched click button here, and that hatched click button oftentimes signals the age of it. It might be as early as 1937 or 38. I'm going to have to go back and do a little research about that. But the ones that have the cross hatch on that button, as opposed to just a straight up button, are definitely indicative of the era. This one also has the lighthouse and the sailboat on the etched side plates. So that's the West Coast Flea Market finds. Scott, you didn't disappoint. You never do. There are always interesting reels that you find at the flea market. And well, we're getting into the fall now. Our flea markets are starting to close up due to inclement weather. And well, we won't have any more up here for some time. But keep sending those reels. We enjoy the ones that you send forth, and not only enjoy telling the story of those reels, but working on them as well. So again, if you're interested in seeing any of these projects, please subscribe to my channel. If you do subscribe to the channel, please hit the notification button. To all of our first responders and essential personnel, thank you for everything it is that you've been doing to keep us safe and out of harm's way. To everybody, please stay safe, stay well, and stay watching. This is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. Have a great day.